Hi, everyone. I'm trying to get the timing right. Welcome to the weekly original Crockpet Diet Q&A. I am your Q&A host, Michael Daly, certified health pet coach through Dr. Roberts, certified canine massage therapist, and certified equine shiatsu massage practitioner, former vet tech, and pet owner. All right, hope everybody had a good week this week. Let's check out the questions. All right. A lot of help from the fellow pet health coaches this week, which is great. I always love that. And y'all, like I've said, like if you're a pet health coach, please put hashtag pet health coach after your comment so people know that you are a certified holistic pet health coach giving the advice. So, all right, Dana asked the question. Can anyone recommend a good, easy to clean, large roaster? I have an old sheep one I bought for something else, and while it is good and reliable, it is a pain to clean. Besides the calcium adhering to the coating, it just seems to get clean unless I use oven cleaner on it. If anyone has tips and tricks to get these things clean, please chime in. Cook 3 to 4 times the recipe per batch. Yeah, and that's what's really great about the roaster ovens is that you can do triple the batch. Linda has Granite Ward 25-pound enamelware oven rectangular roaster with lid. Sounds good. To me, Linda, I honestly don't know, guys. So I'm counting on you. I cook mine on a slow burner on my stove top in a stainless steel Dutch oven. I also use a calcium after food is cooked and it's beginning to cool. I never have a problem with buildup. I would just, Leona, the only thing is when you're mixing the calcium, I would just really make sure you mix it well, that it's getting all in there if you're not cooking it with it. But yeah, Linda has a good suggestion. I trust Linda's judgment on it. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. I have no idea, Dana. All right. Raven asked, can I add some beef liver to my beef batch, or do I have to stick to just one protein? I'm hoping since it's from the same animal, it will be fine. Thanks. Let's see the answers. Pamela, I don't see why not. Yes, I agree. Leona, there is a yep, and she's right. Leona said there is a percentage of organ meat that can be added to muscle meat. Someone in the group can answer that. Rena recommended yep, and Rena did. And Rena is one of our health coaches, guys. So there's so many. I'm not going to be able to remember who is or who isn't. So y'all, please hashtag it. Rena said she actually just answered this on a coaching call this morning. A 3-pound batch that equals 48 ounces. Organs should no more than 5 to 10%. So roughly 4.8 ounces max of organ meat. Right on the money. Yep. That's one of those frequently asked questions on this page is the organ meat. So if y'all look back in the videos, it's mentioned a bunch of times. So, and always, that's the thing too, guys, there's so many videos you have access to. So, and a lot of the questions get asked over and over again. So you can actually find the answers in there if you get stuck on it, if no one's answering for you. So yeah, Rena said, but keep in mind that the liver is the body's detoxifier. So it's okay to feed on occasion, but not something you'd want to feed up all the time. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So yeah, so it's very, I usually recommend using like the liver organs as more of a treat than anything else. But then also in Chinese medicine, like feeds like, so you have that. So it's just all very like, just don't overdo it, basically is the point. All right, and this was from last week, but there were some comments on it. So hopefully Betsy's watched the video talking about the different options for recipes. But there was a great little back and forth. Because Michael had asked a question, why do so many people recommend lean meats. Fat is good for you, so I don't understand the mentality of using lean meats. And B had a really great answer, who is a pet health coach as well. So the reason of using lean meat, and I'm just going to read B's answer. The reason why we recommend lean cut of meat is because we, the pet parents, would like to have control over both the quantity and the quality of the fats. Exactly. So quantity-wise, with a fatty cut, it's challenging to determine the amount of fat. We like to make sure that the macronutrient ratios, protein, fat, carbs, don't get thrown off. When it comes to quality, conventionally grown animals are typically fed corn, repurposed food waste, etc. The problem with that is it causes the omega-6 fatty acids content to rise drastically. And that's the main thing, is that fats contain omega-6 and omega-3s, but omega-6 is a pro-inflammatory fat, not an anti-inflammatory. So you really want to be careful of the amount of omega-6 you have. In conventional meat, the omega-6-3 ratio can be as high as 30-1, exactly. While in grass-fed beef, for example, it's much more ideal ratio of about 4-1. While we and our parents need omega-6, excess intake can cause inflammation and related disease. Right on the money, B. So unless we use organic grass-fed and grass-finished meat, it's more beneficial to use lean cuts and then add or rotate healthy fats such as avocado, extra virgin oil, coconut oil. Adding an omega-3 supplement is always a good idea. Great answer, B. Yeah, and that's really the reason why I don't need to be here. Y'all are answering. Michael responded, take the grass fed with a grain of salt, as many are merely grass finished. The FDA lets people play fast and loose with terminology. Yeah, I agree, Michael. Like, you do have to be really careful with that kind of stuff too. I mean, I tend to just buy lean meats from the grocery store. I don't buy grass fed. I don't buy organic. It's just expensive. It's too expensive for me to buy. And that's what I eat. And that's when I feed my cat, when he'll eat Crockpet Diet once every 5 years. So yeah, so it's really what you can afford. But I know it's always, you have to be really careful when you're reading kind of grass fed and organic stuff like that. But yeah, that was a wonderful answer. Bravo. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Doing my job for me, B. All right. This was an old post from Michael a while ago. These pop up sometimes because I think someone gets on in comments and then it pulls up. So I think it's been answered already. But it was, I decided to leave out rice and kidney beans on Crockpet Diet. Dogs don't eat carbs, and more I study human nutrition. I've been eating keto. The more I'm convinced we need very low carb diets as well. Insulin resistance is killing a lot of people from all the carbs we shove in our mouths every day. Let me just look at this real quick, because it kind of, it's funny, these pop up, and so I don't know when the so these answers are like 46 weeks ago. Hold on. Meaning I don't want to get into this conversation again. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, everyone's sort of answering. So I have clients that do keto. I have clients that do, I don't put grains. I don't recommend any grains in any diet for dogs or cats. Beans I do because it's a slow burning carb, and it's a complex carbohydrate. So it does not increase the blood sugar level. It's lower in that. So I don't find an issue with adding beans to a diet. There's some recent answers. True, all animals in the wild, including canine, only eat carbs that I have found in stomachs of their grass-eating prey. I've always felt it unnatural to give them grains, dry carbs of any kind, but I do use sweet potato in my recipe just in case I'm dead wrong. Well, I don't think you're dead wrong, but also you have to remember that dogs are, they what's the word? Evolved with humans, and they ate our scraps. So some of our scraps used to be a more protein diet, but now recently they're more carb-based diet. So they kind of have evolved with us eating carbohydrates. So yeah. And Delora answered, Michael will cover this live today, but the beans and grains are fiber to feed the microbiome. But really, it's all about individuality. Some pups and people do well on keto, some don't. Yep, and I agree, absolutely. Yeah, some do great on keto, some don't. Most of the, like I said, most of the dogs that I have on Crockpet Diet, I don't do grains. Only if I have an issue that I cannot get weight on a pet, I'll start to try grains, but I really don't like to. I prefer adding more oil than that. And and then I have some that do keto and they're doing fine in it. So it just varies from people to people. So right. May, concerned about Spirit. He had a seizure again this morning after almost 5 months without. He got a new Seresto collar on 7/13, and he started the Megaspore probiotic on 7/19. I can't imagine the probiotic causing this. It has been 2 weeks since the Seresto. Could that be it? He has had many of them 8 months apart at this point, and they have not caused an issue in the past. He does have a history of seizures, a couple of, wait, could that be? He has had many of them 8 months apart at this point, and they have not caused an issue in the past. Okay. He does have a history of seizures a couple of years ago. CBD took them away. He had a couple 5 months ago. I had lowered the dosage of CBD, raised it again earlier in the year when they started. Any thoughts? Unfortunately, I would not be there for the live today. Okay. So, yeah, I would probably cut out the Seresto collar, May, even though you feel like in the past it hasn't. Let me just read this again. In the past 2 weeks since Seresto, could that be? He has had many of them 8 months apart at this point, and they have not caused an issue in the past. I'm kind of confused with the question. Um, I would definitely cut out the Seresto collar. So, um, I was just having a conversation with another one of our pet health coaches, Vicky, about this. So, the what the preventive that I saw most in clinic that had caused seizures was Advantix, the topical. And Advantix contains imidacloprid and pymethrin, which are flea and tick preventives. Imidacloprid and pymethrin are also in Seresto collars. So if you are having a dog that has a history of seizures, I would not use Seresto collars. There's a lot of back and forth on it online. People saying they did, then people saying that's not true. The fact of the matter is that I know for a fact that dogs have had seizures on Advantix, which is the same flea and tick preventive that's on Seresto collars. So I am more towards the probably will cause seizures. They are small cases, I will say that. But if you have a dog with history of seizures, I would definitely not use a Seresto collar. So it is definitely that, not the Megaspore. And then, of course, my answer for this may unfortunately would be I'm not sure if you've seen your vet about this, talk to your vet about it, what's your vet recommending. I can't really recommend what to do because I'm not a veterinarian. So if you feel like the CBD has helped, you can try to increase that. And then you can actually contact one of the pet health coaches and we can help you one-on-one, go over some more supplementations and things like that that can assist your vet's advice on helping with the seizures. So yeah, but between the choice of Seresto and Megaspore, I would definitely cut out the Seresto collar. And I know seizures are so scary and hard to see. So yeah, but I'll keep in touch with you, May, on this one because I know you're not on the live one. So, all right. Angela Hardy, my dogs have been on Crockpet Diet for years with alternating meats and veggies. My male has these sores or scabs in many locations on his body, primarily chest and perineum area. He has had these for years. Initially was just in ER back leg, seems seasonal. Now, however, they don't go away. I wondered if it's possible to be the diet somehow. I have also another, and they seem to be more itchy. I have never had a problem with the one until the past month or so. They get very little dry food in the PM before bed. Have used the same dry food for years. I know things can suddenly change. Any suggestions and recommendations? Let's see. Dana, Jack has always been itchy for a variety of reasons. My vet gave me a prescription of antifungal anti-yeast shampoo. It has cleared up his dry flakes, skin, and he is way less itchy in general. Mark and Julie, can you get a consultation with Dr. Roberts? I did last October, and the turnaround in my dogs with the itchies and hot spots have been nothing short of amazing. That's awesome. Angela uses a anti-itch medication. He is an inside dog. Raven, I'm also having the same problem. Dogs, he's very itchy with dry, flaky bums. I was wondering if it was what I've been feeding him. I switched all proteins and veggies, but nothing helps. It seems when I had him on Origin canned food, he did not have these problems. I'm thinking of switching back to see if it helps. Delora, quit telling me I'm going to address these live. Maybe I won't. Oh, Mike will address this in the live, but I'm sure he'll recommend Glacier Peaks Light. You're absolutely right. Span that reveals your pet's food and environmental sensitivities. Feed ingredients they're not sensitive to will go a long way to relieve inflammation and itching. Awesome. Angela, I'd never heard such a scan. Let's see. So yes, Angela, I am going to recommend doing that. So, and yeah, if you're feeding, even with a Crockpet diet, and this is what's great about the Crockpet diet is that you can design it and change it if there is types of inflammation and things like that coming up from possible food allergies. Also, it looks like you said you were feeding the same dry food for a while, so there may be an allergy built up to the dry food as well. And then also, I was talking to Vicky, one of our other pet health coaches, who is a groomer. Recommended you do also, it's a good idea to change shampoos because it can build an allergy to the shampoo even. So let me see. So this is the Glacier Peaks Life Stress Scan test, and it's an at-home test, which is great. And you basically take a saliva sample with a Q-tip and a hair sample, and you send it off, and they will send you back a little sheet. That it's not popping up. Hold on. I'll grab one of mine. So this is what it looks like. Go away. Go away. So yeah, so these are the different types of, I'm trying to blow it up because I'm not sure if y'all can see it. Where's the little, so anyway, so it'll have different like proteins, legumes, vegetables, fruit, nuts, seeds, spices, miscellaneous. And so it'll tell you what they could be allergic to. Now, it's not a definitive answer, but it's sort of can be used as a roadmap. So I would probably recommend doing this just to get an idea if some allergies will build up from feeding them for a while and just with aging changes, because that can happen. So you may also have to do some gut help too as well. So maybe try a probiotic like Megaspore, just to kind of get the gut healthy, and then take a look at this and see, and then adjust based off of that. Now, I have most of my clients have done this, and I can tell you that I've had good results with it. Some clients, I had one client in particular that was getting Cytopoint injections every month, and when they got the Glacier Peak stress scan test done and did the the diet based off of that, then they didn't have to do the Cytopoint injection anymore. So it can be really reliable and helpful. So I would do that. And the same, Raven, as well for you, just to make sure that what allergies there are. Even if you've been switching up, they can still build an allergy. And it could be like, make sure the treats, like if you're consistently feeding a protein that's in treats and things like that. So, and then also then it could be environmental, which can be, difficult. And the Glacier Peaks does have environmental stuff on there as well. So, if that's the case, you can try something like quercetin and stinging nettles. There's all sorts of things you can try for environmental stuff. But it can be really hard. Environmental allergies can be really hard to control, as you all have seen poor Dana struggle with continuously. So it can be really frustrating. But that's the first thing I would do, y'all, is the Glacier Peaks. So Stick that there. All right. I think that is it. All right. Well, I hope y'all have a good week. And I'm just going to leave with this. um, I am here to help y'all. Absolutely here to help you. And some of y'all has sent me messages and when you're worried about your pet, and I do not mind at all answering them. I really don't. I don't mind helping because I know when you're worried, and I appreciate those of you that have been really respectful and not continue to send me messages. But just an FYI, I am, here for Dr. Roberts and I do represent her in this. So I take this page very, very seriously because she asked me to do this for her. So every answer I give you, I really do look thoroughly and try to go through how Dr. Roberts would answer that. So please know that. But keeping that in mind, I am not her receptionist. I'm not her assistant. So just be careful with how you message me. And also, and I think that we run into this with social media, that please keep in mind that this is also, even though it's on Facebook, it's still a business. So please respect that and watch your behavior on this because you will be banned from the group if the behavior gets very erratic and very quote unquote bad social media behavior. So I just want to leave you with that. But other than that, I'm always here to help you. I learned so much from you guys. Your questions make me look and research more and learn more. So I am always here to help you and glad I can help you because I believe in this. Again, I worked at a vet clinic where I saw all this stuff that she did clinically used and changing pets' lives. So, all right, with that, I'll see you next week. Bye.